So this video is slightly different from most of my other videos, mostly because I'm being a little bit more insightful about the weight of a blank page and why I stopped opening up my sketchbooks. So yeah, if you've ever had a sketchbook that felt like it was nagging at you in the back of your head, drawing me, I'm here, open me, then maybe something in this video will resonate with you. And if you've ever had a sketchbook that you've wanted to draw in and that you've brought all the art supplies to draw in, but you just haven't been able to bring yourself to open up and actually draw in it. So I've got 5 sketchbooks on the go at the minute, and 4 of them I haven't drawn in for over 12 months. I just haven't been able to bring myself to open them up and draw anything in them. This one is for pencil portraits. This one's for oil pastels. This one is for pen and ink drawings. And this one's what I call my regular sketchbook for all other art mediums and yeah, whatever I feel like drawing at the time. Except I haven't. So my 5th sketchbook is my Neurographic and Zentangle sketchbook. I have no problem drawing in this one. I pick it up almost daily, and sometimes I'll fill in 2 to 3 pages a day. But these ones, they've been sitting on the shelf gathering dust for over a year, and I haven't opened them up and I haven't drawn a single mark. Now, I do genuinely want to draw in them. I've taken loads and loads of photographs of some most beautiful places. I've saved lots of ideas on Pinterest, so the inspiration is there and I can almost visualise the pictures in my head. But actually drawing them, it just hasn't happened. Something's been stopping me, and it is not time, because I have time to draw in this sketchbook. So what is it? Now, I've been reflecting on this for several weeks now, and I could only come up with a couple of possibilities. Number 1, I've just been too tired. I deal with quite a lot of fatigue with my illness, and observational drawing does take quite a lot of mental effort, which I rarely have. And the Zentangle and the neurographic work doesn't take an awful lot of mental effort. And the second possibility is that I'm maybe a little bit afraid that my drawings will be rubbish. And to start with, I thought that it was a bit of both, but I'm not always tired. I do have good days. So I can't be using my fatigue as an excuse not to be drawing in these sketchbooks. When I did draw in them, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I genuinely remember that I thoroughly enjoyed it. But something switched, something stopped me, and yeah, they've just been sat there. So what I've realised is that it's more likely point 2. That I'm afraid that my drawings will be a bit rubbish. So it's really not laziness, and it's really not a lack of ideas. It's more of a hidden pressure, which I just don't get with my Neurographic and Zentangle work. Because these other sketchbooks seem to matter more to me. These hidden pressures, they're saying to me, these drawings should be good, and therefore the blank pages are kind of holding some sort of expectation, which I just don't get in this one. This sketchbook feels so different because there's no demand attached to it. I don't have to decide what to draw or worry about whether or not it's successful. I draw some lines, I colour them in, I decorate them, and sometimes I do develop ideas and try again, but there's still, I don't feel like there's the pressure attached to create a masterpiece. Because in this sketchbook, it's the process itself that's the point of the sketchbook. The end result is less important, but when I do get a good end result, that's a bonus, and sometimes I develop them more. But it's really not about the end result. For me, the neurographic and Zentangle work is more of an art therapy. It's more of a mindful, relaxing exercise with no pressure. These sketchbooks, however, they're asking a little bit more of me, and drawing in them doesn't feel playful. It feels more like a test of my abilities. When something matters to us quite a lot, it can become quite heavy, and that heaviness can take the form of procrastination, when really it's just self-protection. Because I don't actually feel like I've been procrastinating on these sketchbooks. That's when you're taking a long time to do something and you've got no motivation and no inclination to do something. I really want to draw in these sketchbooks, and what's stopping me is a form of self-protection. That moment where my intention to draw turns into a commitment, where drawing on a blank page becomes a clear decision. I haven't been able to get myself to that point, and I'm delaying that decision to draw because I'm worried that my work won't be good enough. Because in these sketchbooks, I feel like I should be producing good art. And now I know that there is no such thing as bad art in some people's eyes, and we've all got to start somewhere. And some of my past drawings, even I've amazed myself at, I think they're great. And some of them I've thought, yeah, that's more like my standard. But it's really important that we give ourselves permission to draw imperfect pictures. Now, I haven't to date put up any flip-throughs of my completed regular sketchbooks, and they've gone downhill very quickly and turned into scratch pads. But I've always talked and shown my work, even the bad work, what I think is bad, in my monthly updates, but I've never committed the whole of the sketchbook in one video. Until today, I've actually linked flip-throughs for both of these sketchbooks in my video descriptions. So if you do want to go and see them, just look up the description and follow the link. But be warned that they are not filled with all good drawings. There's one or two that I'm quite proud of, but a lot of them are quite bad. And that's the point of this video, is that I've been struggling with consistency with my drawing, and it's about time that we all gave ourselves permission to do some bad art. So I've decided to be proud of the fact that I actually put pen to paper or pencil, even if it wasn't something to be proud of. And I've given myself permission to play and to just have a go, and using some of my time to just put something down on the page. Now, this wasn't a terribly easy thing to do, but I made a conscious decision that today I'm going to draw something. Today I'm going to use my pen and ink. Today I'm going to try some charcoal. And that's what I did. I haven't done an awful lot of pictures in the last few weeks, but I've made a start, and not all of them are great, but that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter because I am committed to learning and giving it a go. So if you've got a sketchbook that you haven't drawn in, and you've brought all of the art mediums to draw in it, but you just are making excuses, like me, as to why you're not drawing in it, I would really encourage you to just reflect as to why. And maybe it's the same as me. Maybe it's because you're afraid that you can't draw something good enough. And if that is the case, then I suggest you start with something simple. An apple, a flower, something that gives you a little bit of creative license, so you haven't got to draw something that is completely realistic. Do a little bit of neurographic art, do a little bit of Zentangle art, just to get something down on the page, to give yourself the confidence to give something a go. And if, like me, you'd also like to learn to be a very good realistic artist, just try. Just give it a go. Just start with something simple, something that isn't going to break your confidence, but that actually takes the weight of that blank page away from you. You might be surprised just how relaxing and nice it feels to be drawing again. Especially like me, I haven't touched these sketchbooks in over a year, And there was just something really lovely about dipping my dip pen into the pot of ink, scratching away at the page, looking up some what I would say are simplistic drawings on Pinterest or Google Images, and just giving it a go in your sketchbook. I really thoroughly enjoyed these as much as I enjoy the neurographic and Zentangle work. I think I still will say that when I am dealing with a lot of fatigue, the neurographic and the Zentangle work is a lot easier. These were great fun to do, and I just can't believe that I didn't draw in them for so long. So I really hope this video has given you a little bit of something to think about your own sketchbooks and how often you do open them up. And I would just like to really encourage you, as a beginner myself, just do it. The absolute pleasure of drawing is incredible. There's so much peace, there's so much quiet, there's so much relaxation to be had from art, that we shouldn't be pressurizing ourselves or feeling guilty that we haven't drawn. We should just draw and have fun and be playful. So good luck with your sketchbooks, and if you'd like to see what I've been up to, I'll be putting everything in my arty update next week, and I hope to catch up with you then.